Welcome to Desai Academy of class 10th, chapter number 7, control and coordinations. In a previous video, we discussed that endocrinic glands and what are the importance of endocrinic glands and which type of endocrine glands are present in our human body, as well as both male and female, right? So next will comes here, what are the other types of hormones are present in animal body that will helps in the growth and development of an body. So you want previous videos of this chapter means please search in our playlist, you will get videos of this chapter. Okay, we will starting about next important hormones present in our body and that are very helpful to the animal body as well as the humans to grow properly and free from diseases. Okay, let us examine some examples to understand how hormones help in coordinate the growth. Okay, now we have to understand how hormones are helping or coordinating the growth. Coordinating means what it is, controlling how body should be grow, how it will be very fast, very quick, when the body grow faster, when the body makes growth slower. Okay, like these are controlled by what, hormones only, correct, controlled by hormones only. Okay, we have all seen that salt packets which say iodized salt or enriched with iodine. Okay, in a advertisement some actors will come and they will ask that, so your salt contain iodine, so this salt contain iodine or your salt contain iodine. You observed several times in a TV, so television that actors will come and ask the audience, so your salt contain iodine or not. So you are thinking that why they are asking, what is the importance of iodine in that salt, why it should be why should it present in that salt, why whenever you think that, so because it is very important for our body. So how it is important means you will study here why it is important for us to have iodized salt in our diet. Next, why it is important to take a proper amount of iodine in our diet. Diet means what we are eating. So why it is important, because iodine is what, necessary for the thyroid gland. Why iodine is necessary for what, thyroid gland to make a thyroxine hormone. Why it is important, because so iodine is necessary for what, to make a thyroxine hormone from the thyroid gland. Remember that thyroid gland contain which hormones, thyroxine hormones. Very important point. Another gland will comes here. Thyroid gland produces which hormone, or secretes thyroxine hormone. Iodine is necessary for thyroid gland to make a thyroxine hormone. This is why iodine is necessary. Why iodine is necessary for human beings means iodine is necessary for thyroid gland to make which hormone, thyroxine hormone. For one mark question will comes here. So which hormone secreted by thyroid gland means you can write automatically what, thyroxine hormones, right? Understood? Next, thyroxine regulates carbohydrates, proteins and fat metabolism in the body, so it provides the best balance for the growth. Again, what is the function of next, the next question comes here. Iodine is necessary for the thyroid gland to make a thyroxine hormone, and why the body generating or making the secretion of thyroxine hormone means the thyroxine hormone will regulates, what will regulates, regulates the carbohydrates, proteins, fat metabolism in our body and provides a best balance for the growth. This is why it is very important. Thyroxine hormone is making what, a regulation of our carbohydrates, proteins, fat metabolism in our body and also provides a balance for the growth. And this hormone is produced by what, thyroid gland, and thyroid gland is properly produce the thyroxine hormone when they contain iodine. So this is why iodine is necessary for the diet. Due to the iodine only the thyroid gland make a thyroxine hormone. Thyroxine hormone can regulate the carbohydrates, fats and proteins, right, and also makes a balance of growth. So this is why iodine is necessary for our diet. Remember that very important point is there. So if iodine is so much important, so now we'll understand that why iodine is important. In somewhat, if iodine is deficient means what will happen to our body, so that will leads to the some diseases also. So for that you have to eat a proper amount of or iodized salt, you have to eat it. So what will cause us if the deficiency or a reduced amount of iodine in our diet means, so that will cause what some disease called as what goitre disease. Which disease they will cause a goitre disease. If the deficiency of iodine in our diet, that will leads to which disease, the goitre disease. And its symptom is what, swollen neck. Remember that if the deficiency of iodine is means which type of disease will causes a goitre disease, and that symptom is what, swollen neck. Remember that. Okay. Next, iodine is essential for the synthesis of thyroxine. We already discussed that iodine is essential for what, synthesizing of the thyroxine hormone from the thyroid gland. In case iodine is deficient in our diet, in case we know that what is the importance of iodine in our diet, but in the case of deficient means what, less amount of iodine in our diet, what will happen, sir? There is a possibility. What is the possibility? That we might suffer from which disease, goitre disease. If we are having a less amount of iodine in our diet, or a deficient amount of iodine in our diet, they will cause us which diseases, goitre disease, or we will suffer from which disease, goitre disease. One of the symptom in this disease is what, swollen neck. What is the symptom of this disease? That disease will be what, goitre disease, and the symptom of goitre disease is swollen neck. Okay. So can you correlate with this position of the thyroid gland? Thyroid gland will present in what, in the what, throat. Already discussed in the previous video. This is what, this is called as what, thyroid gland, both male and female. Correct? This gland will present in both thyroid gland present in both female and male. So in this sections only the swollen neck will appear because of what, insufficiency of iodine. They will cause us a goitre disease. Which disease? Goitre disease. Okay, symptom is what, swollen neck. Swollen neck. Remember that. Okay, next, the sometimes we come across people. Okay, sometimes we can observe your friends only. Some of your friends are very tall, some of friends of are very short. Again, why this happening, sir? Because of some hormones that is responsible for what, growth. That, okay, that hormone also decides you should be tall or you should be very short. Right? Sometimes we come across the people who are either very short, or we can call the drops. Drops also we having the same meaning of what, short only, or extremely tall like giants. Have you ever wondered how this happens? Why the peoples are very short? Why the peoples are very tall or giants? Why this happening in the body? A growth hormone is one of the hormones secreted by pituitary, because some peoples are very dwarf, some peoples are very tall. Why? Because of the growth hormone. Due to the growth hormone, if growth hormone is secreted in body is more means that person becomes what, very tall or a giant. This growth hormone is produced in a body very less amount, that leads to the what, short. That will become what, short. If the growth hormone is produces a high quality or a more number means, it will become what, a tallness, and it will produces less in a body, it will leads to the what, shortism. And this produced by which gland? Pituitary gland. Remember that pituitary, due to pituitary gland produces a growth hormone. The growth hormone produced in the body more means it will leads to the tall. It produces less means it will produces shortness. As the name indicates, growth hormone regulates growth and development of the body. This growth hormone will regulates the what, good development and growth of the body. If there is a deficiency of this hormone in a child, childhood, it leads to the what, dwarfism. Already I said that this hormone will secreted more, means if the person will become tall, the less means he will become what, short. Due to which hormone? Due to what, pituitary gland secreted by the growth hormone. Okay, so again is some in this yellow box it is given. Did you know? Okay, right? Hypothalamus, right? Hypothalamus. So from the endocrine glands we can see here hypothalamus. This is called as a hypothalamus gland. Here hypothalamus. Here hypothalamus. What is the role of this hypothalamus in a human body? Means hypothalamus plays an important role. Hypothalamus plays an important role in the release of many hormones. This hypothalamus plays a very important role for releasing of several hormones. Means the hormones are released in our body that regulated by which hypothalamus part. For example, when the level of growth hormone is low, the hypothalamus releases a growth hormone releasing factor which stimulates the pituitary gland to release a growth hormone. Okay, so our body is producing a less amount of growth hormone. Correct? Our body is not producing a larger amount of growth hormone. That time the hypothalamus will makes this stimulation to the pituitary gland to release the growth hormone. So right, so hypothalamus makes the pituitary gland to produce a growth hormone if the growth hormone is in our body is what, less. Whenever the growth hormone is less in our body, the hypothalamus stimulates the pituitary gland to produce a growth hormone. Remember that, right? That is why the pituitary gland will controls the growth and development of a body. So pituitary gland is also called as what, master gland. Remember that. Which gland is called as the master gland? So master gland is called as what, pituitary gland. Due to the it will controls the development and growth of a body. So due to this only the pituitary gland is called as what, which gland? Master gland. Okay, remember that. Okay, next in this next chapter we will, for in next chapter of this video we will discussing about the next hormones, how hormones are regulated and what type of hormones produced in male and female reproductive systems. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.